Once you've created a chart, it's easy to change anything from the chart type to the color scheme to individual elements like the color of a data series. In this lesson, you learn to change the chart design, change the chart type, and apply a chart style. In our chart, we're going to experiment with changing chart type and also changing how different elements are laid out. For example, here's a different chart type we'll try out, a bar chart. We're also going to change some data in the worksheet and see how the chart is updated automatically. Let's get started. In step 1, I'll click cell D11. I'm going to enter a smaller number here, 4,568.92. Now, this is data for Japan quarter 3, so watch that data point, the green column, when I press enter. Because it's a smaller number, the data point moves down. Then, for United States quarter 3, I'll type 6,107.09 and watch the United States quarter 3 data point. I'll press enter, and that column is also smaller. Now we're ready to make some design changes. In step 2, I'll select the chart by clicking a blank area within the border. I'll click the Chart Tools Design tab. I'll click the Quick Layout button. Then I'll click Layout 3. That's not bad, but I think the original layout works better. In step 3, I'll click the Undo button on the Quick Access toolbar. In the Type group, I'll click the Change Chart Type button. And the Change Chart Type dialog box opens. There are 2 tabs here, one showing chart types recommended based on the data in your chart, and one for all available chart types. In the left pane are the major categories, and at the top of the right pane are subtypes. And this area shows each individual type. In step 4, I'll click the bar category. I'll confirm that this first subtype, clustered bar, is selected. Then I'll make sure the first choice here is selected. Notice that when you point to a choice, the preview enlarges. I want to leave that first option selected, and I'll click OK. With this chart type, our data markers are horizontal bars instead of vertical columns. In step 5, I'll click the Change Chart Type button again. In the dialog box, I'll click Column. In the top row, I'll click this fourth choice, 3D Clustered Column. I'll make sure the leftmost choice is selected. Then I'll click OK. This design gives a nice sense of volume, but it also looks a little crowded. So in step 6, I'll click the Change Chart Type button once more. I'll click the Clustered Column button. Then I'll click OK. In step 7, I'll move up to the Chart Styles group. These allow you to apply a color scheme to your data markers and background, as well as offering a few variations in the layout. I'll click Style 3. Although this is a nice color scheme, we're going to go back to the previous choice. That's because instead of making these overall changes, we're going to make more individualized changes to chart elements in a future lesson. So in step 8, I'll click the Undo button on the Quick Access toolbar. Then I'll save my work. To try these steps yourself and to see some additional tips, turn to page Excel 86 in your book. You can also learn how to create a combination chart, which is a chart that plots the data in a secondary data series in a different chart type. And you can learn about 3D charts, which let you include a third axis in your chart, called the Z-axis, to compare data points across both categories and values.